Добрый день. Сегодня мы беседуем с господином Робером Калканьо, он директор музея океанографии Монако. We are very glad to welcome you here at the Geophysical Center and in our journal which is called Herald of Earth Sciences branch of the Russian Academy of Sciences. You told us, you spoke very interestingly about the museum, and we know that it's not only a museum, but it's a very serious scientific institution doing research in the ocean. And nowadays, the ocean, we know that it plays a tremendous role in forming the climate, and nowadays the ecological burden on the climate is very heavy. So do the scientists focus more on these matters now?
Yes, I think you are right. Ocean and climate change are very linked together. And for several years, the two systems were being studied differently. You had the atmospheric scientists who were studying the climate, and the oceanographers who were studying the ocean. And progressively, and I think in the last 10 years, people recognize that the two systems are definitively and strongly linked together. Ocean is absorbing 1/3 of the carbon dioxide which is being emitted by the humanity, and ocean is also absorbing 90% of the warming which is proposed by the carbon dioxide. So the two are definitively linked together, and now it's important to study together. So we were successful in convincing the GIEC, International Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, to have a very important chapter on ocean and atmosphere, relations between ocean and atmosphere. And now we are also proposing that there will be a special report every 5 years on ocean and climate change.
I see. And you said that the Museum of Oceanography serves as a media, as an important link between the scientists and policymakers.
Yes.
So are you able to persuade them to draw more attention to the problems of ecology?
Yes, that is one of our strong points. We are in fact in contact with many scientific teams all around the world regarding ocean, but also regarding geophysics or climate change, and we try to understand. And our honorary chairman is His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco, the sovereign prince of Monaco, and he is very keen in all that kind of question. So he is able to understand, to ask questions, and to get answer from the scientists. And when he has a good understanding of the question, he is also able to get meeting appointment with other head of state or head of government, with senior corporation owner or manager, and to deliver the message and progressively to convince the people to be more careful about the planet.
Is it your first visit to Russia, Monsieur Calcagno?
No, it's not my first visit to Russia. I used to visit Russia in the late 20th century and at the beginning of the 21st, but I stopped visiting Russia a few years ago, so it's my comeback. And I'm very pleased about what I see. It's a strong country, and I'm today very pleased to be at the Geophysical Center and to have the discussion with Professor Alexei Vishani and his team, and to develop already some joint operation and joint projects together.
What projects seem to you most interesting from what you heard today from the presentations?
I think we identify at least 2 or maybe 3 different subjects. First, you are very keen in Arctic study. And this is something which is also very important for us, because Arctic is a kind of bird in the mind for climate change, because every change which is going to appear on the planet will be in fact stronger in the Arctic and will maybe appear before the other part of the planet. So it's like a bird in the mind, it can warm the system. And at the same time, Arctic is also reinforcing the change, because with the melting of the ice, for example. So Arctic is one subject, and the other subjects of cooperation is your very, very interesting work on GIS, Geographical Information System, and also the way to visualize them in that spherical visualization. And you know that we are an organization specialized in mediation. So when we want to explain sea level change to policymaker, it's much more efficient to show them that's fair and to explain how the planet is going to change than to try to have a book of a picture. So I'm absolutely convinced that now we are going to work together on GIS and spherical visualization to improve the capacity of mediation of scientific data.
That's very interesting prospects. Okay, let's shift a little bit away from science. We know that in Monaco this year it's Year of Russia. And could you please tell us some most interesting events that will happen in the frame of this year?
Yes, in fact, yes. This year we are very proud that it's the Year of Russia in Monaco. This Year of Russia was developed and stimulated by Ekaterina Semenikin, and she happened to be the daughter of Professor Alexei Zinani. And she is very active, and at the beginning, as Monaco is a small city and a small state, we thought that we may be able to develop 30, 40 events, and we discovered that the people are very interested, and I think there are more than 300 events being organized. And more specifically at the Oceanographic Museum, they will be within the Year of Russia, a month of Russia in June in the Oceanographic Museum. So there will be a special event for the National Day of Russia, the 12th of June. And there will be also a very high-level event on the 19th of June, and we also are going to have to receive two special exhibitions. One is an art exhibition. The famous jeweler Mr. Konovalenko, who died unfortunately now, but we have to have 20 of his artworks, very nice. And we are also going to have a photo exhibition of Arctic and Antarctic Russian expedition by the photograph Sergei Konoskov. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm able to say the word correctly.
Okay, well, so thank you very much for your interesting interview, and we wish you success with these events and your scientific work in the museum.
Thank you very much. I was happy to spend this day with you at the Geophysical Center of Moscow and Russia.
It will be very interesting for the audience of our journal.
Thank you very much.